There's only one place to find the most recognized brand in carpet, Stainmaster, and that's at Lowe's. Right now, get free basic installation with the purchase of Stainmaster carpet and pad, $4.99 or more. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Install available in-store only. Requires non-refundable site assessment fee. Fee is credited to final project price if bought through Lowe's. More charges may apply. Not available in all areas. See Lowe's.com for details, exclusions, and licensure. Valid 2/19 through 4/13. U.S. only.
Always welcome extra hands in the garden and can accommodate volunteer group projects. We also have raised beds available for lease for beginner and experienced gardeners. Join us on most Saturdays between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. at 32 Southside Avenue. Or visit our New Leaf Community Garden Facebook page to learn more. Hi, it's Ariel from the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show. My absolute favorite place to shop in downtown Noonan is Greenhouse Mercantile on East Washington Street. This aesthetically pleasing lifestyle store features a collection of goods from local artists, Black-owned businesses, and fair trade products. The owner, Kenya, also offers services to curate your wardrobe and make your home a sanctuary with interior design. Next time you're in downtown Noonan, be sure to stop by Greenhouse Mercantile. Open Wednesday through Saturday until 4 p.m.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
This is Hunter Bersani of the Columbus River Dragons, your home for the River Dragons hockey in Noonan 99 Rock.
Welcome to Connecting Hearts. Connecting hearts of women to resources, information, and to one another. Presented by Creative Heart Studios, 18 Perry Street and Noonan. Now here's your host, Margie Conway.
Hi, I'm Tracy Brooks. I'm the owner of Great Style Salon, located next to the Little John's grocery store at 487 Jackson Street, right off of 29. Our hours are from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And on Fridays, we're open from 12 noon until 4. Saturdays, we're open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please come check us out. We specialize in hair cutting and great scalp massages. And right now, I'm looking to hire 2 great hairstylists. Come check me out.
Hi, this is Margie from Creative Heart Studio, and this is the Connecting Hearts Network broadcast. Today, you have me as your host and your guest. Our anticipated guest had a little something come up and couldn't make it, but that's okay. I've got a good challenge for you today, and we're going to talk about springing into action. But I do want to tell you some of the things that's been going on with the Connecting Hearts Network. You know, we've been giving our bags out. We've got 300 bags that we've done for teacher appreciation that has a little candygram in there and some uplifting information. So if you're not one of the schools or the preschools that we have on our list to do that, there is still time for you to call and get your school registered. I'm going to have you call Dana at Happy Life Nutrition, and she'll put you on our list, and we can get a bag into all your teachers to let them know that their community appreciates what they're doing for our children. And I didn't bring Dana's number, so just look up Happy Life Nutrition in Noonan, and I'll put it in the comments later. We were talking this week with a couple of people and talking about spring, and it's sprung and it's time to get some things done. And I know this week has been spring break, and with spring break, everybody's off schedule. The kids are out. My granddaughter's at my house all week. My husband is like, have you seen the floor where she's crafting? It's horrible. And then we opened the refrigerator this morning, and there was some mixing bowl with a strange looking concoction in the freezer, and he said, what is this? And I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know what she does when I'm not looking. But we've been rained in a good part of the time. And, you know, we've had a tough winter and a tough couple of years, but things are settling down. And if you look around Noonan, it is building up from the tornadoes. It is building up from everything that we've been through. And it's kind of time for us to spring into action. And with springing into action, we've got a lot of things going on with the network. We are, like I said, doing teacher appreciation bags, but we're also going to be set up at the Community Wellness Day at Ashley Park on the 23rd. We'll have a booth that's like meet and greet, so several of the people that you've already heard on our podcast and some that will be coming up will also be there. And so we look forward to you coming out to the Community Wellness Day at Ashley Park and finding our booth and meeting a few of us. Then we have, we're doing a tea this weekend for our members so that we can plan a few more things that we have going on, because we have a website coming out and it has a great blog by one of my friends that's going to be adding some inspirational information to it. It's just a lot going on and a lot of things to benefit you. Then at the studio, we are having community crafting days on Friday, so you can check out Facebook or our website and find out what crafts going on this week and come in and spend some time hanging out with some, like-minded people and just be a little creative. But we are also starting up our new Bible study next Wednesday. It will be at 1 o'clock, and it's on Priscilla Shires' Armor of God. If you would like to participate in that, you can call the studio, you can look on the website, you can get a hold of us, and we'll get your name down and tell you how to get your book. We also have one with Chronic Joy, which is our group for women who are going through any type of chronic illness. Whether that, fibromyalgia, different arthritis, lupus, MS, we've talked with one from cancer, just any chronic illness that seems to be causing you problems in your life. We would like to invite you to come out at Wednesdays at 10 and join our Chronic Joy group. It is not going to be a group where we sit around and whine about how bad we feel, because we know that with these illnesses we feel bad. But it is going to be an encouragement group to help us, be supportive, tell each other what helps for us, and do some things that actually serves the community. And you might think, oh, I can't do that. I'm not up to it at this point. But you can, and I've got all kinds of options. Actually, if you want to go check on creativehearttherapies.net, there's actually one called Creative Projects, and there is links where you can sit at home and crochet and sew and make cards and do things that encourage and help other people. And personally for me, I believe standing out and serving others is one of the biggest things that gets us out of ourselves, so that we're not sitting there dwelling on what we can't change. We're doing something about what we can. And that's the one thing about springing into action. And I didn't mark the quote that got me thinking about this, but it was, if you look from one direction, it says you can't do this and this is impossible. But it was a little thing I put on one of our web pages, and you go back and look at it, and it says it is possible. You can do it, and from a different angle. And there are all kinds of things you can do. You might not can do everything that you want, but that's okay. There's things that you can do to spring into action. Ryan is springing into action because he's signing new radio programs around here. And for an informal recommendation, I want to tell you he has made this process so simple and so easy for me that I have come in here with a fear of microphones, and now I enjoy it and I cannot wait. And when someone tells me they want to record it, I'm like, oh, I miss going and doing the live. So if you thought that you have a message that you want to get out there, this is a good medium to do it, because I can tell you that every weekend when he puts it through his network, it surges my website hits and my Facebook hits and things, and I can see from the analytics that it is making a difference. So I would encourage you to talk to Ryan about getting your message out, because we do all have a story. Sometimes we don't know where to start, and if you want to catch me at the studio, I'll help you find a place to start. That's part of what I do there as a life coach. I'm going to talk to you about some 21-day challenges. I kind of was thinking, when we're springing into action, sometimes there's so much stuff to do that we don't know where to start on those things. And I've been that way when I've been decluttering my craft area. There's tons of stuff. And I was telling my granddaughter, do you know we have some really neat stuff in that area over there? She said, are you just figuring that out? I said, no, I just got to where I could get back to it and remember it, because it was so much. so we get overwhelmed when things are happening. I know that's happened with us, as we said, with COVID and with tornadoes and with being stuck in the house all the time, and now that gas and food and everything's going on that's limiting people's activities. So we get caught in certain areas and just overwhelmed, and we don't know where to start. So I want to tell you some things about a 21-day challenge that we're going to put up on the website and everywhere. But first, let's talk about our habits and how we do that. Does anybody have a bad habit? I have a lot of bad habits, and I've tried breaking them, and I'm getting better at it, but I still have things I know I need to do. For one thing, I'm trying to be healthy, and I'm holding a Coke Zero in my hands. Yes, it may be better than Coke, but then some will say it's not because it's artificial sweeteners over the sugar, but I know this is bad for me. Somebody was sitting there telling me the other week, and I know this, it's come to my mind already. You can take the Coke and pour it over your car battery, and it eats the erosion off of the little things on your car battery so you can jump your car. So if you are putting that same thing into your system, that's probably why I have acid problems, because it's eating away at things it shouldn't be. But sometimes that caffeine in that Coke feels so good. And if I get to the point where I'm not drinking a lot of them, but when I have a headache, I drink one, it helps. So there is a thing such as moderation, and it tells us that in the Bible. There's moderation for all men, and there's some things we do overboard and some things we don't do enough of. And when we have bad habits, we think we're going to do it. We're going to break this. I have a friend whose doctor told them that they needed to lose some weight. Well, I know I need to lose some more weight. It's kind of hard with this foot and this hip problem and all these things to be very active. And I know that I have fed my nerves and my insecurities and my depression over not being very active with lots of potato chips and candy bars. So I need to do something to get rid of those potato chips and those candy bars. But anytime I've tried doing a diet or something, it doesn't work. I give up pretty quick. And I usually have a lot of willpower on things I want to do, so that's just showing I really don't want to do that diet. But this friend came and said that the doctor said she needed to lose some weight. And I said, well, I tell you what, I'm going to do it with you. We're going to go together and keep each other accountable and try to do it together, because I think I could do it more if I'm helping you than if I'm just doing it for me, because I put myself on the back burner all the time. And that was a couple of weeks ago, and most days we kind of sticking to it. Now, when the granddaughter's there, that throws it out the window because she cooks us delicious cakes and cupcakes and pasta all the time. But when she's not there, I'm kind of eating a little healthier. I'm taking advantage of the meal replacement shakes at Happy Life and the lit teas, and just trying to bring healthier changes in. And I've got these Cokes down to less than one a day, because this one I'm holding in my hand, I will probably still be drinking this evening before I throw it out. But we have these habits that we've acquired over a lifetime, and you can't just change them at the drop of a hat. You have to have some kind of method to do it. So I'm going to read you, or just give you some ideas, and read this little paragraph right here. It says, why are you going to do a 21-day challenge? Because it's considered to be the minimum length of time needed to imprint a new habit into your, so it becomes a part of your daily routine. So it says in this article that I was reading to prepare for this morning that, we get real excited. Oh, I'm going on a diet, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to lose that, and I'm going to do this. Or I'm going to declutter and clean the house and get spring cleaning done, and by the time I do it, it's going to be a new place. And we start with a lot of excitement and vigor. We get all of our supplies out. We start doing it, and then we're like, why did we say we're cleaning that out? I've been that way with the craft room lately. It is a lot of work because I have a lot of stuff, and it's not just one room, guys. It's really 3 rooms at our house is my craft room. And it has been hard to get rid of some of it, but now that I can actually walk through the room and pick up something, I've been making little books all week, and I haven't done that in a long time, but I'm doing it now because I could find the bookmaking supplies. So, but there's several times where I'm like, I'm tired of this. I don't want to do it anymore. But you got to press on when you do it because it takes that long to make a new challenge. So when you decide on some of these challenges I'm going to present to you, here's some tips to help you keep your challenge and your commitment to it. Oops, hit the microphone. fully commit to the challenge. It's a 21-day challenge to help you improve, and it takes 21 days to imprint it on your brain. So don't say, well, I'll try it a week and then I'll quit. Fully commit and say, it's 21 days. I'm going to attempt this and do it for 21 days. I mean, after all, that's just 3 weeks. We will be finished with these challenges by the end of March. 2 is you've got to have a big why behind you. Now, that's something they always tell you in direct sales, and I guess any sales, is you've got to have a why are you doing this. And the reason being for that is because when it gets hard, you'll quit unless you have that why of why you want to get and make those changes in your life. So as for me and my friend in the diet, it's for health reasons because, yeah, I'm pretty healthy. If I stop falling and breaking things, but otherwise my blood pressure, my sugar, and everything else is good, so I'm pretty healthy, but I could be better, and I know that. I could have more energy and more focus and improve my memory, and a lot of that's our nutrition. So you've got to have a big why as to why you're doing it. You've got to define it clearly. You know, when we teach goals and things, they tell you to choose SMART goals, and that's goals where you don't say, I'm going to stop eating potato chips, or I'm going to stop eating carbs. You say, I'm going to stop eating this particular thing and I'm not going to touch it, and here's how long I'm going to do that for. And then I'm going to move to this thing and I'm not going to touch it. Because trying to cut out all your carbs at one time is going to leave you with a little brain fog and everything going on. But if you choose something and leave it out, then that helps you take a step to do it. So you need to clearly define it. Like it says here, 21 days of eating no meat. Well, are you going to eat fish? And what do you define as meat? Some people say seafood is, and some people say seafood isn't. So you need to know what you're really working for. You need to schedule it and not skip it, even on the weekends when your granddaughter's in town. You need to say, okay, I'm committed to doing 1 meal replacement shake a day in place of this dinner, and I'm going to do it. And, you know, as a shout out to Day Night Happy Life, there's a lot of flavors. Matter of fact, the one I tried Friday was a carrot cake, which is my favorite, and I will be doing that carrot cake probably the rest of the month until Easter hits us. You need to say, here's what I'm doing and why, and you need to prepare for it. If you go and say, I'm not going to eat the junk food, but when you go into your house and in your pantry and you've got all your chips and all your candies and all your other stuff, it's going to be very hard for you to do that. If you're trying to, save money by taking lunch to work, it's easier if you have those things set out and portioned. You can take one setting and portion your stuff out for the week, so all you got to do is grab it and go. You can take, carrots and other things. I love to eat an all-natural trail mix that has some natural fruit without added sugars and some nuts and things in it. You can put it in a container and carry it with you, so when you need a snack, you have your snack, and you're not fumbling for one to get where you go. I have a friend who has a 5-year-old, and they tried to do all organic and, low sugars and natural things, so she always has her bag packed with juices and snacks for him that's acceptable to her for him to eat. We all ended up at the movies on Monday night watching The Case for Heaven, and she didn't have his snack in her bag. So she had to go to the snack bar and buy him a snack, and the best thing she could find did still have a lot of sugar in it, but it was better than the other options. So you need to prepare and be ready and have your things there. You need to understand your habits and compensate for what's missing. In my craft room, when I move something out, it's really not missing because I still have plenty to do what I'm going to do. But when I'm talking about I'm eating, okay, when I want that cookie, what am I going to do about that cookie? I have found that I can, eat some crunchy fruit, like dried bananas or something like that, and it helps take the place of the cookies when I want them. Put yourself in the right environment. Don't hang around negative people that tell you you can't make a change. We can always make a change. You are a learning person. You were designed by God. You can always do better. Share your experiment, and that's exactly what I did with this radio. As soon as I talked to Ryan that night, I went home and told my husband I'm going to do a radio program, and I told my kids, and I told other people. So over the weekend, people knew Margie was planning to do a radio program. And yes, it surprised several of them, and I think they thought I would follow through with it. But by the time Ryan came back on Tuesday, I had told so many people that if I had backed out of it, I would have had a lot of explaining to do. So when you say, I'm going to start this habit, please support me, then you're giving yourself some accountability and a little boost. Start small. Don't be drinking a 6-pack of Cokes and say, I'm quitting Cokes and I'm not drinking them anymore. You know, you got to start, okay, I'm going to get down to 1 Coke. When I want a Coke, I'm going to get some water. I'm sorry if you hate water, it's really good for you. And these days, there's all kinds of things you can put in your water that makes it better. At the end of your 21 days, you're going to be so used to doing whatever challenge you did that you're going to be able to transform that into a ritual, which is something that you do on a regular basis for your own good. And these tips were from Dartmouth University. They have been researched and they have been gone through so that it gives you a lot of things that you can do. Some of their ideas for a 21-day challenge is for an active lifestyle. It's to take a PE class, try something active, go to the gym a set number of times, stand instead of sitting more often when you're working, make at least one decision to be physically active a day, such as parking farther from the store and walking or going up and down the stairs, stretch when you wake up in the mornings. I'm working on the stretching things because I can do that with the injuries I have now, so I'm trying to do that part. For your community, it says compliment a stranger. And if you want to see somebody be shocked, sit in there and tell somebody, oh, I love that dress you're wearing. Or, you know, even just good morning, how are you, and have a nice day really shocks people nowadays because we don't get enough of the kindness. If you want to do healthy eating, try adding a vegetable or a fruit to every meal. If you want to be more productive, review your notes. You know, sometimes after you've taken a class or something, condense things down so you don't have tons of paper every day. Your relationships. You need to connect with the people that you care about, your friends, your loved ones. You need to call them. You need to talk to them. Make some time for them. For yourself, the number one is get enough sleep. The second one is drink more water. This one I love. It says spend 1 hour per day completely alone. If we could multiply that to 24, I'd be a happy camper. But I have found out when I keep all that alone time, I might keep out everybody else's drama, but I'm keeping out my joy and happiness too that I get from other people. For sustainability is bring your own mug and utensils and reusable grocery bags. Everything that you can do like that to help our planet makes a difference, and I am behind that. For unplugging is try not to look at your phone on meals. I mean, that is just some basic things that you can do to try to get you started. And it is, you know, easy to head in those directions. I found an app, and I put it on my phone, and I'm going to give you a link to that app so that you can try it if you want. And it is literally called the 21-Day Challenge app. It is on for iTunes or Androids, and when you open it up, it has all these challenges already in there, and I've checked many of them out. You click it, and you have a reminder sent on your phone, and every day you click your little checklist, and you've done these things. For instance, if I start the self-care one, they're for self-care, gratitude, studying, productivity, not eating junk food, social media detox, and I'm going to add a couple from the studio on there before I put the link on this weekend for you. And when you get it and you click it, let's see, mental wellness. If I click it, said let's go, and it gives me a calendar, and it has these little people that pop up and give me all my tips, and I don't want to see the little people. I just want to see what my challenge for the day would be. Oh, I got to scratch the box. See, that makes it more fun because it's interactive. All right. For mental wellness, it said unfollow negative social media accounts. Follow the ones that bring you joy and are educational, and talk and solve problems, not just create problems. Now, that is a good one for me. I have my social media accounts. When I open my Instagram, I have pictures of scripture and helpful things and creative projects and stuff that just pops all up on it. Same for my Facebook. I have it so the negative things don't always pop up first. And, I love my friends, but a few of them gets a little bit too much into opinionated things and causes some trouble and stuff, and I don't want to do that. So I don't exactly follow every word they say, but I go and check in on them so that I know, they're okay. And if they ask me a question, I can tell it. But I don't sit there and watch the news every day. I don't sit there and listen to everything that everybody's complaining about. Because, look, if you're complaining about other people and situations at places, you have to realize those people are just people. They are just somebody trying to get through their day. And most of what you think offended you was not intended for you. It was just because they're having a hard day or they're trying to get through something. So we need to be a little kinder to people. And I try to follow people that sets that example. I'm going to put, like I said, I'm creating a couple of challenges. I'm doing an art one, and I'm going to do some mindfulness and things on there and put our logo on there and share it with you. So if you want to get that app, you can do that and follow along with us. And at the end of the month, we'll have some prizes. But I'm also going to have some print versions because I know not everybody wants a new app on their phone or is going to follow Facebook. They'd rather not. So there will be some print ones that I can email you or you can stop by the studio and get. And I'll have these up for you by Monday so that we've got time in April to finish them up. I'm going to tell you a few things coming up. Next week on our broadcast, our guest will be Michelle Mashburn. She is a local author, and her book is Conquering COVID with Christ. During the heat of COVID, her husband caught it, and he was at death's door several times, and Michelle would, it's when you couldn't go see them, and Michelle would get her community praying, and she'd give updates, and she'd say, pray for Terry for this, be specific, let's pray for this, let's pray for that. There were vigils outside the hospital and everything, and Terry ended up making it, even though it very much surprised the doctors, and we know how that happened. So Michelle has shared their journey in a book, and I got my copy yesterday. She's going to have a few signings around town, and she's going to come talk with us a little bit about it next week. The week after that, we have Mary Frances Bowley will be here. She is the CEO and founder of Wellspring Living in Atlanta, which rescues sexual trafficking victims and helps them rehabilitate. And that is an issue that we all need to follow along. A couple of us have talked about starting a fundraiser for their organization that will kick off on that week. And I ask you to really tune in and tell your friends, because that's things we need to be aware of in these days and time. It's really sad that we do, but like my husband was sitting there, he follows this one thing called Noonan Scanner. And unfortunately, in Noonan, there was one thing after another happening of people robbing and shooting and fighting. And so we need to be aware of what's going on, and we need to do what we can to combat it and help people through things. I know that I've shared a lot with you today, but I want you to join in some of our challenges. I want you to look for our bags. Remember, if you're a preschool or a school and we haven't reached out to you, please reach out to us to get a bag so we can share a candygram with your teachers. And I just want you to know that I enjoy talking with you every week and being here, and the feedback that I'm getting is just bringing so much joy to my heart. So please reach out and let us know that you're listening on the radio or through the podcast and what you want to talk about, and we'll see what we can do to get that on. As always, if you're looking for me, okay, I have a few extra minutes. Okay, now I have a few extra minutes. I want to remind you of the things that we have going on. We do have our guests coming up. We have the Community Wellness Day at Ashley Park. It's by the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, and there's all kinds of people going to have booths out there, so that would be something you'd want to come and attend. I know that some of our members of our network are going to start doing some tea talks, and that's where we will post it that, this one is coming to talk to you about insurance or mortgages or women's finances, and you can come get your tea and sit down and talk and go back and forth with us on that. We'll start posting that schedule up after our meeting on Saturday. Again, if you haven't talked to Ryan about starting your own show, I encourage you to do so, because I do enjoy it, even though I have trouble finding out how to end it when I'm by myself. But that's okay, Because you know what? I'm just a person like everybody else, and sometimes things come a little easy to me, and people look at it and say, oh, I couldn't do that. She does that, but I couldn't do it. But you can, and you wouldn't do it just the way I do it. You would do it in your own style, because God has created you fearfully and wonderfully and to do marvelous things for Him, and you can most definitely step out and spring into action and do those things if you will just take that first step. Just put your toe out in the water, and I have lots of friends that do that, where I just jump in and get it over with. They'll stick one toe and then they'll get their foot in, and if you just need a little push, which I can help you do, come and talk to me over at Happy Life Nutrition at 18 Perry Street, and I will be happy to help you spring into action in whichever direction that you need to go. Until next time, just stick your head in the doors over there and yell for Margie, and I will eventually say, yes, here I am in this building, let's talk. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for tuning in to connecting hearts of women to resources, information, and to one another. Presented by Creative Heart Studios, 18 Perry Street, here in Noonan. 404-528-8461. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
Hi, I'm Tracy Brooks. I'm the owner of Great Style Salon, located next to the Little John's grocery store at 487 Jackson Street, right off of 29. Our hours are from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And on Fridays, we're open from 12 noon until 4. Saturdays, we're open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please come check us out. We specialize in hair cutting and great scalp massages. And right now, I'm looking to hire 2 great hairstylists. Come check me out.
Hey guys, this is Dana with Happy Life Nutrition, located on 18 Perry Street, downtown Noonan. Hours are 8 to 5, Tuesday through Friday. Come check us out. We will be serving up meal replacement shakes, calorie-burning teas, coffees, waffles. We have a kids menu and a workout menu. We do deliveries with a 5-drink minimum or $5 delivery charge if less. You can call ahead for your order. Free Wi-Fi, quiet atmosphere for business meetings or get-togethers. Our number at Happy Life Nutrition is 770-683-5172. Can't wait to see you.
Driving under the influence of drugs has serious consequences.